Homesite, driving into the driveway in the property after some more work's been done. This is a culvert here. Nice wide entrance here. They had to double up the length of culvert to make it easier for big trucks and trailers to make that bend there. Stop right here. That's the power pole, and you can see those two pipes coming up. That was the underground conduit that they've already laid, and it goes underneath the road. I've got another 4-inch PVC pipe that I had this grader put in for me, so if I ever need to run anything underneath the road, I can dig on either side of the road and just push it through on my own without having to dig through all that rock. And I've got the geotextile fabric underneath the rock to help it prevent it from sinking into the ground. The underground electric then goes that way into the wood line and cuts a corner to the home site where it's at my temporary power pole. So we continue in further. There used to be a bigger tree on the left here that made this turn a little bit wider, and we did have that one removed just to make it easier and more accessible, and that definitely came in handy last couple days with the well trucks. The well trucks are, they might even weigh more than cement trucks, probably not, but it's probably pretty close. And so I don't know if you can see it on the camera there. They're already tearing this up pretty good. It didn't help that it was already pretty wet ground before, so that's part of the problem here. But you know, they're really packing it in, and it's a good thing I did this 3-inch surge stone base, because it really needs it with just this clay here and just the heavy machinery that's going to be coming back here. This is also another culvert. You can't really see it, but it's on the other side of that, and it exits over here. And I'll have to do some more finish work once the construction's done. I'm going to rent some smaller piece of equipment and trench out this right side here and make sure all this moisture is coming down into this culvert here. And I'll have a lot of fine tuning to do once construction's over, but for now this is just a rough construction road that, as you can see, gets even rougher here. And so this is the wet corner, and it's even more wet because they just put in the well today. I don't know if we can see that pipe. There's a little bit of a glare, but I don't know if you can see that white pipe sticking out of the ground over there. We'll get a better angle, but that well truck was all working there all day. They had to go 445 feet deep, which is unfortunately deep for this area, but luckily when they did get that deep, they found 100 gallons per minute, which is a ton. So we have a very large water source now that shouldn't be going anywhere. But while they're drilling, they're using their own water for their drill, so that was just draining into this area. In addition, once they hit the water source, it's just gushing out for several minutes, and so a lot of water through here because of the drilling. So luckily my my grader still needs to finish the road up to the home site, so he'll be able to touch this up and add a little bit more rock on this corner here before he leaves. But it'll be a rough corner. This is always going to be a rough corner for me, I'm sure. As you can see, all the mud and muck And that's with all of the rock that we've already put down, so. And that is my well that they put in today, and I'm happy that that's done and all that. So, and the house pad looks complete. I still need to make some final measurements and make sure it's what I should be getting, but we'll get closer and walk up there. It is just looks like glass up there. It's so level. Really happy with the level, and they really compacted as best they could. I can tell from up top. I think what he did, I can see the fork marks on the edging here. So even though it looks like it's not been compacted, I think what he did was he just loosened up the top couple inches here on this edge so that, you know, we can grow some grass and it's not so compacted. Because I physically was here yesterday and saw them compacting that wall and all that, you know, down this slope here that they had to put in. So I think that's what happened. You can see the fork marks at the top of the ridge everywhere. It's so uniform. That's got to be what happened. And so I think he was just trying to loosen it just a hair for grass and that sort of thing. So I guess I can pull up onto the pad. First time pulling up on the pad. Here we go. Obviously, this is where the garage will be. Right here. So this will be a 3-car garage right in front of me. And now we'll drive over to where the house will be. This is pretty exciting. Pretty nerve-wracking in a way too. But I guess if I can't drive a car on it, I can't build a house on it. So it's a good exercise for me to do. But yeah, this is the front yard actually ended up being a little bit more flat than I imagined on the topography, which is good. There's obviously a little bit of an aggressive slope at first, and so that's not ideal, but you know, it is what it is. As you can see here, just the amount that they had to grade, this image here really shows it. So it's extensive amount of grading here. I mean, that's probably almost 8 feet at the peak there, I'd say. Maybe not. Maybe it's like 6 feet, 6 to 7 feet right there. At that corner. So quite a bit. That's the temporary power, which is staged and ready for them to run. You see the orange conduit and all that they left there for the Blue Ridge team to get to in the coming days. So we'll have some power there for the construction crews to use and for powering the well pump once that gets installed. But yeah, I mean, this is dream come true. It's looking awesome. You can kind of see from this angle that slope. It's nice and gentle, but I mean, look at that glassy finish. That is just beautiful. It is a little disappointing from my perspective, having that big of a slope on this on the low side here. Oh wow. Actually, they're doing some work right now. Guess he was making a run for some rock, so This is exciting. He's laying some extra rock on that wet corner as we speak. That's awesome.